We are going to do a tutorial on how to make these wonderful hidden paper clips. Welcome, it's Winnie from BellaSunshyn. I'm kind of in a rush to get this tutorial done. I have a surgery this Wednesday, so I want to have this thing to be posted by then. So let me show you guys on how I made these hidden paper clips. What I use is a paper bag. This one is from Central Market, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the pieces I need. I have some design already just to make this thing easy. You guys can decorate them any way you want, but I have shapes that I want to do already. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and punch my circle on the paper bag. I'm going to need 4 for this set, and then the same thing with this set. So I'm going to show you guys my pieces and then how I put them all together. Here are my pieces. I have them cut, and we are going to do one at a time so we don't get confused. So I'll put those aside and we'll work on the circle first. So you can see I have 4 loose ones, and what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and back this up with one of these paper bags. So I'm just going to glue these together like this, and then the same thing with this one. And for that, I am going to use my art glitter glue. While these two are drying, now we'll work on the base. And what we're going to need is a jumbo paper clip, and we're going to go ahead and put these together like this. So with this one, you need to decide whether you're going to have it as a paper clip going portrait, or if you're going to do it sideways this way, because you're going to need to know how to glue it. So I think I'm going to go ahead and go this way because I want to show you guys how to do the ribbon. If you guys can do the sideways, you can do the same thing as this with the I think this is called a bulb pin or a gourd pin. So they just look like that. What you would need to do is you need to take your paper clip out a little bit and then put your whatever you're using to what do you call it, to design it or to enhance the beauty of your design, your digital. So I'm just putting this like this, so you can't even see the paper clip if you do a ribbon. So there's a lot of gap there, so I'm just going to push it back just like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put glue right here, a dab of glue right there. And then I don't want it to be straight. I kind of want it kind of crisscross. So we'll let that dry a little bit. You guys, we're going to use the safety pin or the bulb pin. I don't know why I keep calling it safety pin. You put it in like this first, and you just push your paper clip to where you want it to be. And that's basically it. Okay, so with this one, it's pretty dry. Now what we need to do is we are going to glue our design. So then you decide which one is the front and which one is the back. So I'm gonna just put this together like this. And for this one, I'm gonna use the 3-in-1 glue because it's gonna give me a lot of leeway to be able to move my paper. Art glitter glue doesn't give me that much leeway. So what you need to do here, I'm going to show you guys. I'm putting glue where the paper clip is, and then I'm making sure that I have the edges. While this is drying, I just have a cereal box that I can use to kind of make sure it's not going to glue to the other side, and I can kind of press down like this. And then once that's dry, we can go ahead and do this one. It's still wet, but as you can see, what I didn't do the design yet. I guess we could have before we glued it. But if you were just making your base, this is really simple and easy to do. With this one, as you can see, I added some gold metallic coloring there, which I just used this. And I just use my finger to put that around. Or if you need to ink it, just wait till it's dry and then ink it, and then you're done. Kind of like what I did here. I inked it, and then I did the decoration, and then I added the dangle. So, very simple to do. All right, so this is still drying, and now let's go ahead and work on the other one. For this one, here are my two pieces that I have from the paper bag. They're connected. So this is going to be a top paper clip going portrait, going this way. So what we're going to do with this is I'm going to go ahead and glue this together here. And then I'm going to do this one like this. Okay, before you start cutting, make sure that your paper is dry. So with this one, the way to cut this is I'm going to go ahead and cut just right at the top around here, like really flush to the way I want it. Here's the way I cut it. I just did the top. And then what you want to do is, if you're going to ink, because I got some white parts, is to go ahead and ink now. Just the top. All right, then our base, here's our base. And what we need for this is our paper clip. Like this. Oh, you know what? We need another one of this size. Hold on, let me cut another piece. So with this one, because we want the paper clip to be hidden, we're gonna have to glue these together like this. And then you can't see the paper clip. So with this one, here's our base. And now we're going to put our decorative part, the front. So this is kind of when you are designing or decorating your paper clip. So this is your base right here. There's no shape or anything. And then I'm going to glue this together, and that's going to give us our shape. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that I get right to the edge, because I want these two to meet up together like this. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this, and I'm using my 3-in-1 glue for this. I have this side glued, and now I'm going to go ahead and glue this together like this. With this one, because we have an odd shape, we want to make sure that it's completely dry before we start cutting to this shape. So I'm going to wait to cut this. So while we're waiting, we can do another paper clip here. This one is a little bit different, even though it's the same shape as this, because with this one, I want to put the paper clip going this way. So it's gonna be a little bit different. So we're gonna do the same concept. I'm gonna go ahead and take off the white part over here. Same thing here. I was cutting this up. I decided to go ahead and do a little sewing. I thought it was fitting considering what the design is. And this kind of gave me a little bit of issue, because the idea that I had wasn't quite working out, but I was able to figure it out. So for this one, I want to do the paper clip this way so I can put a dangle right on the side. So to do that, what we're gonna need to do is take one of our paper bag here, and I need to trace. And when I trace, I don't want it like to the edge like this. I want some leeway for this. So this is all I'm doing right here. This is all I'm doing. I only trace that, and then I'm just gonna cut that off. Here's our cut piece. Look like that. So this is our base. We're going to attach our paper clip to the base, just like that. Now with this one, we need to go ahead and back this up with the paper bag. So I'm just gonna go ahead and glue to one, cut it, and do the same thing for this one. I backed up our page and I went ahead and inked the back and the front. And I also inked the base just on this corner where we're putting the paper clip. And just for my peace of mind, I went ahead and doubled my base. So here's the paper clip. We're gonna go ahead and attach that just like this. And then we're gonna need to go ahead and glue our design like this. And this is why we kind of went farther, so we have enough room to be able to cut around here. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue this together using my 3-in-1 and do the same one and then cut it. Now this is all dry. Let's go ahead and cut this up. And I'm sure you guys can see we're gonna cut off right at that edge over there. Hopefully y'all can see that. The next one we have is these little tiny tag. I want to do this because I want to show you guys the concept of putting the eyelet, how you guys can do it. So we'll need our base, and with this one we need to make sure our hole fits in the right place between the paper clip. As you can see, the small one is a little bit too small, so we're gonna have to do a big one, which is kind of ridiculous because it's almost the size of the tag, but that's okay. We'll see if it works. So what we need to do first is we're gonna need to go ahead and glue the tag right like this, and then like this, and then we're gonna go ahead and cut it to shape. If your base is gonna be a bit thick, my suggestion is, because if you do this all at once, it's going to be really hard to cut, especially like this shape, because you have to go around on this edge. It was kind of hard for me to do it. So with these, if they're thicker, what you want to do is you cut your first piece to the shape, and then you glue it one side like this, and then you cut it, which would look like this. And then you got that one left, and so you would use that to go ahead and glue and line up your paper. And if you need to trim a little bit, then trim. Glued and dry, so now we want to go ahead and punch a hole, which I believe this is going to be the 3/16. No, I lied. It's the 1/8. So here's our circle. And now we are going to attach it to the base, which is this one. We'll put our paper clip there. And then we're gonna go ahead and put this on here. I'm hoping this will work. And then you'll have to use a pencil to know where to punch your hole for this base. So we have our hole, and now we just put back our paper clip. And I guess we're gonna have to glue it. And I'm hoping we'll be able to put an eyelet in the middle. So let's go ahead and glue this together. Okay, let's go ahead and try to put this little tiny eyelet. Hopefully I can get it right between the paper clip. I could not do it. I tried to do it. I even tried to do the bigger one. It could not go through that paper clip. I think if I had a manual thing that I can do the eyelet, it could have worked, but I don't have one. So I just put a little string, and I went ahead and inked the side. Not too bad. Okay, so the final one we're gonna do is gonna be these, which, as you can see, it's got two different size to it, and this you can pretty much do a lot of mask making on this one. So what you need to go ahead and do is get your base that you're going to be working on. You can use cardstock, scrapbooking paper, or book pages. Whatever paper you guys are going to be using, figure out the orientation of your paper. When I make this paper clips, I want to be this way. So I want this to be 10 1/4, and then over here from this to the top, this line here, it does not matter. All you have to worry about, this needs to be a 10 1/2. I mean 10 1/4. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut my paper. Here's my page cut to the size. If you guys have a scoreboard, it's really useful to have one. If not, you can fold it manually. Since I'm working with scrapbook paper, it's a lot thicker, so I'm gonna use my scoreboard. If you guys are using notebook paper, you really don't need it. You can easily fold it. You just need to do some measuring here. So with this one, this is the front of the page or the paper, because on the back is just plain white, which is fine. So the first thing you do is we need to go ahead and we need to fold this to the 4 1/2 mark. So there's 4 and then the half. So we're gonna need to go ahead and score to the 4 1/2. This is where mine is going to be different. I've already, because I know I'm going to be using jumbo paper clips, just measure your paper clip to make sure that they fit to the size that I'm about to give you. Since I know I'm using the jumbo one, I did a lot of trials and errors already, and this is the best way for me to make it. That's going to be easier. So once you have the 4 1/2 score, you need to go ahead and flip your page over like this, line it up, and then you're going to do another scoring at 4 1/8, which is right here. Then you need to go ahead, the next one is going to be 7 5/8, which is right here. Then your next one is going to be at the 9 1/2 mark, which is right here. So now that I have all my pages score, we're just gonna go ahead and fold it. The first one is the 4 1/2. It just makes it easier. Once you have it folded, if you guys don't want to do any more measurement, if you don't have the scoreboard, what you can do that could be easy for you is you're going to go ahead and put your paper clip. You're going to put the paper clip on the long way to the shorter page. As you can see, this is shorter than the one in the back. So if you look at the paper clip, there's the shorter end and then there's the long one. So the long one goes here, and then the shorter one goes there. And what you're supposed to do once you have the paper clip in place, you're supposed to be able to put this all the way over here. You're supposed to be able to fold to where this paper clip is. But since I did the measurement, I can just go ahead and fold without any paper clip in there. All right. Once you have that folded, then you flip this over like this, and then you're going to go ahead and fold this little tab here, little section. You're gonna fold like that. And then once you have that, you're supposed to fold along the end of the paper clip. Mine is not at the end. As you can see, I have some leeway here. For some reason, when I was making them the first time, I kept getting a hole right here. So it's better if I have more space there, so I could, I don't get a hole that way. So just fold it like this. That's what you have. And then with this piece, you are supposed to give you the little tab here so you can put your eyelet. You're gonna have to go ahead and just put it, you're gonna match it here. All right. Which I'm gonna take off my paper clip And I'm gonna go ahead and use my bone folder to really fold my paper. Here's our base. As you can see, this little gap here between our fold and this, that is where our tab is, where we can put the eyelet like this. And it also is where you, when you put it in your book, it doesn't go, it's not flush. You have a little tab, right? If you don't want that tab, what you need to do, instead of folding it to match up to this edge, you need to go ahead and fold all the way to this edge, right here. You fold it there, and then that won't give you the tab. So that is your base for the paperclip. So all you have to do is figure out the size that you want, so you can actually make this way in advance. There's my 2 1/4. What I want to do is I want to go ahead and ink around this. So I'm going to open all this up and ink. Now, of course, that's optional. You don't have to ink. Once you have it all inked, just fold it up again to make sure you have everything inked the way you want it. I always seem to forget this edge over here. So now that I'm all ready, I need to go ahead and put my paper clip. And the way to remember is having your paper, folding it, this little, I guess this little fold, we know is gonna go here. It's just kind of like my memory place, the long side of the paper clip. Then just fold it up again with the paper clip in there, just to double check. And it looks like it is the way we want it. So now it's time for gluing. Your first step is going to be gluing the long end to this. So with this, I am using again my 3-in-1. And you want to make sure you go at the very edge, that you have your edge with glue. And I also put glue along the paper clip. This is how much glue I have. And you just fold it there, press it down, make sure your paper clip is lined up. And then your next one is to put glue on the smaller fold. Then here, you need to glue again here. Glue, press down. Then your last glue is this one here. Here's a little cheat sheet if you guys want to do a screenshot of how to glue it. So I did a little drawing of the long side paper clip. So you're basically just connecting the number. So here's 1 and 1, glue. There's 2 and 2, glue. 3 and 3, glue. 4 and 4, glue. And there is your hidden paper clip with the tab. I went ahead and made this sample off camera, doing the little edging over here. So I want to show you guys how to do that really quick. Here's our page, and just knowing where you want to do the decorative edging, I guess, is just gonna go like this. You can leave it at that. But I think I'm gonna do the top one here. So I want to take this out and just fold these two and do this. So that's what it would look like. And then the other side, it would just be like this. Here it is, all inked up. I'm actually not going to glue this. I'm going to add this into my idea book. I'm going to put it in Archie. In case you guys haven't seen the tutorial on how to make this, I will leave a link below. And we're just gonna, I want to be able to put this in, and so I can kind of take it apart and figure out, okay, where did I put the decorative edging. So I'm gonna keep that, find a place to put it. I think I'm gonna put it in this envelope right here. I want to put in my little note. The other one that we did the cheat sheet for the gluing part, so I can remember. Put that there. It's a little bulky here. Might have to paper clip. Maybe put this one in here. And does it fit? Hey, it fits. And that's where we're putting it. Here are the paper clip that we made. We made the Peter Rabbit one. I did the circle one with the gold edging that I added, and also I added to their crown. Cut the ribbon. We did the tiny little tag. Also did this one. And I just added the safe ball pin as the decoration. And of course we also made the sewing one. I thought I had some sewing charms, but I guess I don't. Would have been perfect if I had one. And of course we also made these that I did off the camera. I did not I didn't decorate this because I don't have anything around my desk, but I believe that is it. I hope this tutorial was helpful for you guys. Please leave any comments, or if you have any question, on the description below, or not description, make comments in the comment section. Until next time, thank you guys so much for watching, and happy crafting. Me wind and rain, you're some kind of butterfly.